can create negative sentenences using do, does, and did. Take a look at this structure. Kapag ang sentence mo ay nasa simple present tense, sundan mo lang yung form na to. Subject plus do not or does not plus a verb in its base form. What is a verb in its base form? Take a look at these examples. Subukan natin gawing negative sentences ang mga positive sentences na ito. All of these sentences are in the simple present tense. Let's start. The first one is, I go home early. Sa sentence na to, yung main verb natin is go. And of course, yung subject na...
Good day everyone, this is from Group 1 Week 3 reporting in ELT 22. This is a topic from Rules and Trees from May Angel Pelotas Balabat and class from ELT 22. So, table of content of this reporting is clauses, rules and trees structure, and also a summary. So, first, let's have a definition of clauses. Clauses is a group of words, a subject-verb combination, and it has a complete meaning by itself. We can also consider simple sentence as a clause, and we have example here below. He plays cricket regularly. This is an example of a simple sentence, and it has a subject and also a verb. So we can say that this is an example of clause also. So clauses has two types, which are independent and dependent. The independent doesn't need any other clauses for its existence. So for example is we have you may sit. So you may sit is an example of independent clause. It has a subject and also a verb. While the dependent sentence, it has a subject verb but doesn't have complete thought. It depends on independent clause to complete its thought. So we have example here of an dependent clause. So we have wherever you like. So it has a subject and also a verb, but it is not a complete thought. So to make this sentence more complete and to make it sense, we can add independent clause here to complete its thought. So you may sit wherever you like. It has a subject verb combination, and it also gives us a complete thought. And now that we are already have knowledge about clauses, what is clause, we can now proceed now to the main topic, which is the trees diagram for clauses and also the rules of it. It consists of structure of sentences, like sentence that has subject, a noun phrase, and a verb phrase. First example, we have the rule TP, which stands for tense phrase. So TP and noun phrase and verb phrase. So we should follow the rule of verb phrase first, which is the VP, verb phrase, adverb phrase, and verb, and then noun phrase and prepositional phrase and more prepositional phrase. So we have the clause here, the sentence, Bill frequently got his bucket from the store for $1. So we have the tree here, the diagram, the tense phrase into noun phrase, or NP is our noun is Bill, and then we have verb phrase as our adverb phrase, adverb frequently, and the verb got, and NP noun phrase have a determiner his, and the noun is bucket, and the propositional phrase has a proposition from, and then the noun phrase determiner the, and the noun is store. Propositional phrase has a P for, and the noun phrase is determiner and then the noun is our noun is dollar. So in complete sentence, this is Bill frequently got his buckets from the store for $1. So next row we have TP consists from noun phrase T, which means T is an auxiliary verb, and VP is a verb phrase. So the rule is TP, noun phrase, T as an auxiliary verb, and then verb phrase as VP. So the sentence is Cedric might crush the book, or the clause phrase here is Cedric might crush the book. So TP, our diagram is TP tense phrase to noun phrase Cedric, which is our subject or noun, and the T is the auxiliary verb as might, and the verb phrase is verb crush, and then the noun phrase is prepositional the, and then the noun is the boat. So in sentence, Cedric might crush the boat. Next is we have this rule CP, which is complementizer phrase and complementizer then tense phrase. So we have two clauses here. So complementizer is used when clauses are embedded to each other by adding complementizer like this, that, if, or but. We can combine those two clauses by the use of complementizer that. So we use that. The rule here is CP, which means complementizer phrase, and then the complementizer, then the tense phrase. So the sentence might goes, she said that he decked the janitor. Before it is, Sean said, the tense phrase that has a noun and a verb, and then he decked the janitor, noun and then verb, and then noun phrase, the janitor. So to make it as a complementizer's phrase, we had Sean said that he decked the janitor. We use that to combine those two clauses. So our tree diagram looks like TP, our tense phrase is NP, noun Sean, and then the VP verb phrase is verb said, and then the CP or complementizer is that. Our complementizer is that, and then the tense phrase is noun phrase, noun he, verb phrase, verb decked, and then noun phrase to determiner the, and then the noun is the janitor. So the sentence goes, Sean said that he decked the janitor. Next rule is TP, the tense phrase, and the NPCP, and then the T, the auxiliary verb, and the verse phrase. NPCP is we allowed either NPCP or CP to use. So the clauses here is TP, tense phrase, which is that he decked the janitor with Jeff. So the complementizer's phrase is that he decked the janitor, the dot. And then we have verb as worried and noun as Jeff. So TP, tense phrase, CP, the complementizer phrase is complementizer dot. And then the tense phrase is noun phrase, noun he, and then the verb phrase, verb decked, and then the noun phrase, determiner the, and then the noun janitor. We have the verb phrase, verb worried, and then the noun as our Jeff, noun, Jeff. So the sentence goes that he decked the janitor, worried Jeff. Next is we have this Naomi as noun phrase Erin as our subject, and CP as complementizer if T, tense phrase, donate her kung pao chicken yesterday over the phone. So the rule is VP, verb phrase, Naomi asked, and adverb phrase, verb, and then noun phrase, then NP slash CP, adverb phrase, more, and then free phrase plus, and then adverb phrase plus. So we have TP as noun phrase, noun Naomi, and then the verb phrase V, verb as, and then the noun phrase, noun Erin, and the CP, here adjective phrase is adjective yesterday, and then the propositional phrase or PP is the phrase over, and the propositional over, and then the noun phrase is the determiner the, and then the noun is phone, and then this complementizer is our C, complementizer if, and then the tense phrase is noun phrase, noun done, and then the verb phrase, verb ate, and then the noun phrase, determiner her, and then the adjective phrase, adjective kung pao, and then the noun chicken. So this sentence goes, Naomi asked Erin if Dan ate her kung pao chicken yesterday over the phone. Next rule is, we have the last one rule is noun phrase to D or the determiner, and then the adjective phrase plus noun, and then propositional phrase plus, and then complementizer phrase. So the noun phrase is the fact about Bill, and then the complementizer dot, he likes ice cream, and the brothers Natasha. So TP is noun phrase, determiner the, and then the noun is fact, and then the propositional phrase about, and then the noun phrase, noun Bill, and then the complementizer phrase, and the complementizer dot, we use dot, and then TP, the tense phrase is noun phrase, noun he, and then verb phrase, verb likes, and then noun phrase, and noun is ice cream. The verb phrase, brothers, verb, and then the noun phrase, noun Natasha. So this means the fact about Bill that he likes ice cream bothers Natasha. So the fact about Bill that he likes ice cream bothers Natasha. So next is the summary of the rules and trees is, in this phrase structure, rules needed to generate trees that interpret English sentences. All of these rules, the rules that the reporters and me had tackled about earlier, is important to interpret English sentences. So in this example sentence, we can see all the rules shown earlier. So we have here the example. So the sentence is, the big man from NY or New York has often said that he gave peanuts to elephants. So the tense phrase is noun phrase. We have the determiner the, and then the adjective phrase, adjective big, and then the noun, our subject is man, and then the propositional phrase is from, and then the noun phrase, noun is NY, and then the T, our auxiliary verb is has, and then the verb is adjective phrase, adverb phrase, adverb often, and then the verb is said, and then the CP or the complementizer phrase and complementizer dot, and then the tense phrase, noun he, and then the verb phrase V, verb gave, and then the verb phrase, noun peanuts, and the propositional phrase propositional to, and then the noun phrase noun elephant. So the sentence goes, the big man from NY has often said that he gave peanuts to elephants. So that would be all for this topic. So thank you for listening.